I work with a lot of people in their breakups. And one of the best pieces of advice I can give you is that when you love somebody, you want what's best for them. And you want them to grow in life. And sometimes their growth can't happen with you being there. And you have to love them even when they walk away from you. Now, this sounds hurtful to hear. It sounds painful to really digest, but you have to really believe this. Sometimes them being with you in this moment is not good for them, and you being with them is not good for you. And in an effort for both of you to grow, you just have to kind of let go. And if it's really meant to be, it'll come back. But if it's not, then you have to really understand this is the way it was willed. This is the way that it should have happened in the first place. And they were a lesson in your life. They were a chapter in your life that was designed to teach you something, that was designed to make you better. And the pain that you have right now is blind energy that you have to position, that you have to control, that you have to regulate into something that makes you a better person. And if you do the things that make you a better person, typically they will come back, surely because they see that you've grown in the separation. When you grow in the separation of this person and you use that fuel from the heartbreak to empower you, to make you better, this person understands a couple of things. Number one, they understand that, wow, this person has the capability of becoming better even through this pain. They must be a very mentally disciplined individual. Number two, they start to see you elevating in their absence, and they start to take accountability for their actions in terms of the relationship. When you see someone getting better without you and you are tied in with them, the only logical conclusion that you can really come to is, wow, maybe I was holding them back. It's a doubt that kind of fills your mind. So you need your partner to experience this, and sometimes this is what fixes the relationship. Many times, I'll say personally, it's fixed some of my relationships. And you can make a decision then if you want to bring this person back, because once you experience that growth, I'll tell you something, right? You may not want that person again. That's how you know you've grown, because the growth is so tremendous that you don't even know if this person is for you anymore because you almost outgrown them. And it's not like a good feeling when you outgrow somebody. It's not like you celebrate, like, oh, I'm better than them, ha ha ha. It's sad. It's definitely unfortunate. It makes you feel like you've done something wrong and you feel guilty about it. I've had the feeling myself before where, I separated from someone and, for the first 5 to 6 months of that breakup, I was just praying for them to come back. I wanted nothing more for them to walk back into my life and say, hey, I'm here, I love you, I've missed you, I just want to see you again, and we can figure it out. I know that you're my person. I wanted that so bad, but it never happened. It never happened in that time frame, I should say. They came back later. And by that time, I had grown, and I had seen that growth, and I had realized that the tables have kind of turned here. I'm growing. This individual is not. And this individual sees me growing. And this individual has then rationalized that they want to be with me, but I'm kind of addicted to the process of the growth now. I'm addicted to becoming better, and I'm addicted to finding out what's meant for me. And I do love this person. I love them. I really do. I with all my heart, I cared about this person. And I know that they care about me, but they let me go for too long. And I found out that I could be better. And even though I love them, I had a decision to make to stay with that growth. See, this is the really painful part of the breakup. It's not even the breakup in itself. It's realizing that you don't necessarily need them anymore and that you don't necessarily love them anymore. And while that is freeing, it's also very psychologically traumatizing because it's guilt. It's like you were so in love with this person. You were so infatuated with this person. And you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, not necessarily what was wrong with me, but like, wow, I let those emotions consume me. I was this person and I have now changed. And there's a moment of relief that you feel because you've learned, but there's also a moment of like, that's scary. It's terrifying. And I was that person. I were many times that I looked back at my relationships and like, how could I be so delusional over this person? And right now, when you're going through the breakup, 9 times out of 10, you're in a state of delusion. And when you're in a state of delusion, you have to start to delusionally accept optimism in terms of what can happen in order to correct the delusion that you have. You have to really believe that letting go of them is the best thing that you can do, because it really is the best thing that you can do. I know it sounds like backwards advice, but this is really it. This is not a trick here. Let them go. Let them walk out of your life. Let them go find what they want to find, if that's really what's meant for them. Because if you really love them, if this love that you have isn't fucking bullshit, you would let them do what they need to do. You would let them walk away and find out what is good for them. Like, if I really loved a girl and she found a guy that was better than me, loved her more, cared about her more, wouldn't I emotionally want her to be better? Wouldn't I logically want her to be better? That's the truth. The only reason I wouldn't is because I'm selfish and I love myself more in that situation. That's the only reason. If I'm selfish and I don't want her to prosper, and I can't have that, I can't be that person. You can't be that person. You can't be selfish. When you love, you have to give it. You just have to give it to that person. And so sometimes it's like seeing your kids go off to college. Like, you love them. You don't want them to go end up with someone else, but you know it has to be done. And then you focus on yourself. You close that door and you say, hey, I am going to work on myself. I am going to be better. I'm not going to let this pain overcome me. I'm going to use this pain, position it, handle it, grapple with it, and move it towards something that's going to make me better. Whether that's going to the gym, working more on my business, reading more. Instead of grabbing the bottle, grabbing something that's productive, like the weights. Instead of grabbing the TV remote, you're going to grab the books. Instead of, staying up all night and chatting with people that aren't productive for you, you're going to stay up all night and grind on that new business that you've always, that new book you've always wanted to write. You're going to maybe connect with God. You're going to spend more time with family. You're going to spend more time with people that make you better. You're going to take coaching from people that are allowing you to grow into a different person. You're going to learn new skills, and maybe you take a cooking class here, or you do something you've never done before, like paint a canvas. I need you to explore who you are, and I need you to use that pain to really find out who you can be. The pain will make you better. The process of letting go will make them better. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if it is really, really, really meant to be, it will come back to you. But you can't think about it, because the moment that you let it go is the moment that you actually start to allow yourself to become better. The biggest thing I've learned from going through breakup after breakup after breakup and working with people all over the world, I've worked with over thousands of people, is breakups happen for a reason. They don't fall out of the sky. They are not just some magical thing that happens by accident. Breakups happen for a reason, and you have to allow that reason to be, to really exist. You have to allow that reason to be there. You can't deny it. You can't just bury it and say, this was an accident, this is not right, this is this. You have to really find out what that reason is and focus in on it and learn as much as you can. That reason the breakup happened, whether it was too toxic, whether there was infidelity, whether it was you not doing what you needed to be doing, you need to find out what that reason is and really allow it to grow you. Use the pain from the breakup, use the lessons from the reasons, and then combine them together, and there you have a very powerful formula to become the best person that you can possibly be. If this helped you out in any way, share it with someone that may need to hear this. I appreciate you for taking the time out today to listen to me. You could have been anywhere around the world, but you decided to spend a little bit of time with me, and that means a lot. Until next time, guys, sue me out.